I would like to do a quick video on the scripture, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Which means whatever is in our heart is going to come through the words we say. And I've seen people confuse that with them needing to change how they say things, which is something we are still commanded to do in the Bible. We are told not to do crude joking, to say things graciously, but with salt, so that we know how to answer a person. So we are to say it in a kind way with truth, so we know how to answer people. But that's not what this scripture means. This scripture means that no matter how you say whatever you are saying, no matter what tone or how you word it, the truth of where your heart is at will be in what you say. So there may be someone who speaks a little rough. Their tone is a little rough. The way they present themselves is rough. And people see that and they automatically go, whoa, we don't want to listen to them. They're cruel, but they don't discern what they're actually saying. You know what? We have people out there that may still need to grow in the area of speaking gracefully, right? It's an area of growth that they need to work on. But you also need to recognize what they're saying, whether it's truth or not, and take it at that. Then there are others, and I know one in my family particularly, that they know how to word things very kind. They know, or in a kind way, like that if someone else were to come into the situation and just see that one message or two of their messages, they'd go, oh, there's nothing wrong with what they said, because the way they worded it seems to be nice. But in their heart is anger and evil, and if it can be truly discerned by another person, they will see a twist and a manipulation on it. In Proverbs, it tells us, although they speak graciously, believe them not, for they hold 7 abominations in their heart. What 7 abominations do you think that is? There are 7 abominations to God. A couple of them are lying and pride, right? And so although it's coming off in a kind way and in a gracious manner, there's lies in it and there's pride in it. And we have to be able to discern those in order, especially now, because all these false prophets, all these false apostles, they do exactly that. They speak graciously, but they're not telling the truth. They're set up in pride. They're leading people astray. They're full of hate. They bear false witness against God and other people. But they say it in such a manner that people get confused and they can't discern that it's not the truth. They're just caught up in the way they're said. So we have to sit back and actually go through biblically on whether what someone is saying is true, and not go based off of the tone. Even if they seem like the meanest people, still take what they say and see whether it's biblical or not. Smith Wigglesworth was one who came off really rough to people, but he walked strong in God's power. He punched people to get demons out of them. If there was unbelief in the room, he would yell at them to get out, because their miracles weren't being performed in the midst of unbelief. So if someone wasn't truly believing for that miracle to happen, he would tell them to get out. He came off rough to people, but God did miraculous things through him regardless. He spoke truth regardless. So out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Doesn't matter what tone, doesn't matter how it's said. If you step back, you process it, and you discern what's truly being said there, you can tell whether the person is being deceitful, whether they're being prideful, or whether they are telling the truth. It just may be disguised in a different way.